Hello everyone, welcome to my new video. Today I have a little strange background because today I'm going to be talking about new Disney Snow White movie. This is why I have apple here. No, I'm not showing off this thing, I just thought that this is perfect for this background because this is also looks like poisoned apple. So, in this video I'm going to be talking how I created my last animation in Procreate Dreams. I think I called this animation Five Nights at CGI Dwarfs. In this animation I make fun of the new Disney Snow White movie. If to be specific, I'm making fun of the CGI dwarfs because these creatures were horrifying. Here you will see how I was creating it, starting from raw sketches, then I was making line art and colored version of the animation. Then you'll see the footage of my process of creating this animation in Procreate Dreams. So, this movie, I feel like this is the most hated movie in all times, and there are many reasons for that why people hate this movie, and while I agree with some things, I also disagree with other things, but what I'm definitely agree with that CGI dwarfs were horrifying. This is creepy. So what I did in this animation, I created animation where Snow White from original Disney cartoon found a new job and she became a security. I was inspired by the game Five Nights at Freddy. Don't really remember much about this game, but I wanted to make this weird crossover. The point of this animation is CGI dwarfs would be a perfect characters for horror game or horror movie, and not for the cute fairy tale live action movie. Part of me laughing at this CGI, but other part is understanding why this happened. As I was saying before, that this is very difficult to transform 2D characters and make them 3D, still make them look like the original and not make uncanny valley and not create this uncanny valley effect. And I understood this many years ago when I only was starting drawing digitally, and I was trying to make drawings. I was trying to take 2D Disney characters and probably other characters. I don't remember who I was drawing, but I remember that I was trying to took 2D characters and make them 3D, and I don't mean I was opening 3D programs. No, I mean I was making them realistic. And at that time I realized how difficult it's that if you want to create a perfect realistic character, you should know anatomy. If you really know that, there is no guarantee that you would make a good character. At that time I didn't know anatomy at all, so I was trying to draw and it was so difficult. So part of me understands why Disney suffers so much when they try to make this character realistic, because you have two options. Okay, you maybe have more options than two, but the main options are you can make a character that would be realistic, but you will lose all of the likeness and the charm that was in a 2D character. Or you can try to make them as close to original as possible, but they're gonna be absolutely terrifying. And this is what happened with this movie. Because of this hyperbolized proportions, huge noses, absolutely terrifying smiles, and all of these things combined together create this look of the monsters. While I'm making fun of these characters, I also realized that I don't think I would be able to take 2D characters and make them good in a realistic style and make them still look beautiful and good. This is difficult. I mean, I could try to do that maybe in one of the videos in the future, but I know that this is very difficult to do that. I don't know if how much experience in art you should have to make this work, because as I'm someone who was drawing for many years and I'm still not sure that I would be able to do that. I mean, I can try to do that, so yeah. But I made this animation, I'm still making fun of the movie, and you know, I don't have much to say about this movie because it would be difficult for me to say what I think, what is my opinion on this movie, because I didn't rewatch the original cartoon before I was watching the new movie, so it's difficult for me to say something about plot because I don't remember plot details. I was a kid when I was watching the Snow White movie. It's not the Snow White cartoon. This is not something that I rewatch often. I mean, there are the Disney cartoons that I rewatched when I was older, but some of them I just watched when I was a kid, so I don't remember the plot very well. But if we talk in terms of a plot of this movie, as someone who remembers almost nothing about the original, I would say that this movie is not that bad as it seems. Yes, this movie is not good, but saying that this is the worst movie I've ever seen, I cannot say that. And it would be difficult for me to explain what exactly I liked about this movie. You know, while some people say that they really hate the costumes of the movie, I would say that I like the costume of Evil Queen. I think the Disney still have a good light and still good costumes for evil characters. I mean, it seems to me that when creators of the live-action movie making new movies, it seems like they are really enjoying evil characters. Evil Queen costume look good. I like the mirror. I liked the light when it was dark and evil scenes. And in comparison with the good characters, their costumes, the atmosphere of these light, happy scenes is completely different. I don't know. There still feels something is off with these scenes when everyone is cheerful and happy. And I'm talking about this when Snow White was sleeping and everything was colorful and cheerful, but for my eyes it felt like something is off, and I cannot say what exactly I don't like. But when I was looking at the evil scenes, as I said before, it looked good in my opinion. I don't know, maybe some of you would disagree with me. But if we would talk about the plot, when I was watching this movie, I was prepared that this is gonna be a complete mess because this plot was rewritten many times. I mean, what would you expect from the plot if there are always some action happening behind the scenes when there is a backlash from the people who expect a new movie to be good and they sabotage it? Of course there are gonna be terrible plot, like what are you talking about? It's always happening with the shows and movies that when showrunners cannot decide what they want, screenwriters changing and all this bullshit, then of course the plot won't be perfect. I didn't expect much from this movie. I heard so many terrible reviews of this movie that when I was going to watch it, I was prepared that this is going to be very bad. And I watched it and I realized that, yeah, this is not a good movie, but this is not so terrible as people describe it. I mean, it's okay, I watched this one time and I will forget about it. If we talk about this animation, drawing this animation was very easy because I mostly was drawing backgrounds and there was not much action, not much movement of the characters, so I was just copying and pasting all the time, so this is why this animation did not took long. Even though this animation doesn't have much views, and I still glad that I made this animation because drawing this was very enjoyable. I like drawing it. So yeah, I don't know what to say more about this movie and this animation. Yesterday I was watching new Disney's Lilo and Stitch, and I'm not someone who remembers much about Lilo and Stitch cartoon. I just laugh at how Disney trolled everyone who is fan of the Lilo and Stitch, and they're like, Ahana means family, and they just made it that Nani was going to take Lila and give away her to social workers. I was like, yeah, Disney made a new movie that they just created something like Hana means fuck the family. Like, what is that? So yeah, I understand why many people are triggered by this cartoon, because they changed the main point of the original cartoon. So yeah, I feel your pain, Lilo and Stitch fans. I'm not one of them, but yeah. I don't know what's gonna be next with live action movies that based on the cartoons. I don't know if Disney would make more of them, since people are very vocal about how much they hate them. But since the DreamWorks created new How to Train Your Dragon, maybe there still will be live action movies. And you know, I understood that I watch live action movie because it's interesting for me from the artist's point of view, because I'm very curious how can you turn 2D characters into 3D and make it look good. So when I watch this, I watch it and I also think something like, what would I do if I would trying to make the movie? So to me it's interesting. To me it's like a huge experiment. Can you make a this good visual illusion that something is still magical and fairy tale, or you will lose all the atmosphere and create uncanny valley horror indie horror game? I don't know what. Today is 30th of July, and right now I don't have an electricity. There won't be electricity for a few hours, and this is why this video is gonna be much later than I usually post. Probably, I hope that still will be electricity and I would be able to edit this video. So I don't know, maybe this video would come out later, since there's always some action happening behind the scenes. Like right now, there's no electricity. If we talk about my art projects, I finally have all the materials for my garden sculpture. I'm gonna create new sculpture, and there are going to be huge experiments. I have tons of empty plastic bottles. I have metal wires, I have old newspapers, I have glue, I have concrete, so I'm ready, probably. I don't know. No, I'm not ready. But there's gonna be a huge experiment. Yeah, I don't know when I create it. And also, I think that soon I'll make a new video where I'll show you my huge folder with many of my drawings, because recently someone purchased 2 of my old drawings at my online shop, and I'm very grateful for that. Thank you so much for purchasing my drawings. And I thought that maybe this is a good idea if I show you stock of many of my drawings, because I have here under the table so much drawing that I think I can make a review. It's just not gonna be sketchbook tour, it's gonna be folder tour, I don't know how to call it. So yeah, I don't know if this would be entertaining or not, but I think I can do that. This is probably easy to record and it would be painless to edit, but hey, this is probably for future me. So thank you so much for watching. Right now I'm gonna be waiting for electricity, and hopefully I'll post this video today. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in next videos. Bye.